Late Derby winners, blocked buses, horses going nay, and Russell Martin galloping back down to England after getting sacked for Rangers. It was an action-packed weekend in the Spfl. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're here for the review show. A little bit out of date, coming to you on a Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. I don't know when this is going to upload it, but it's going to be Tuesday unless someone completely drops the ball and doesn't upload it to Wednesday, which would be an absolute disaster. But that's not going to happen. Speaking of disaster, is the disaster that is Russell Martin. Can Rangers now finally move on that they've got rid of Martin? Are Rangers officially now second favourites for the title now that Russell Martin's gone? I think that's a big factor because we spoke about it. We did say in terms of a title fight, or in terms of who's the second favourite, or in terms of Hearts and can they split the Old Firm, we did kind of believe, and I think most people believed it would depend on how long Martin was there really and how much of an advantage and head start Hearts could get over Rangers. They currently have an 11-point lead, but they no longer have Russell Martin, so I think it is possible we could see Rangers. Listen, you've seen Rangers, and we'll talk more about them when we get to there, but last point on them, apart from the Barry Ferguson appointment, which I'm not really counting because it wasn't permanent, the one thing you can say about Rangers is you have seen manager bounces in the last few appointments. Whether people like Clement or Beale, you cannot deny that in their first seasons, in their first full seasons in the league, there was big manager bounces.
Did Russell Martin get a bounce?
No, he's just been bounced back into England. But Clement's form was really good until he bottled it in April, end of March, April. And Michael Beale, his form was really good when he came in and replaced Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. So if Rangers can have a similar bounce back with their new appointment, then I see no reason why they can't be fighting for this title. And I know people are going to say, oh, what are you talking about? Oh, you Jambo Bear, you Diet Hun prick or something like that. But no, it's true. I think that, especially because this current Celtic team just don't look that good. And I mean, Hearts ain't going to keep this kind of form going forever. I'm not saying Hearts can't challenge for the title, but we're not going to...
Put it this way, we won't know until a couple of games are played. It's a guessing game right now. Depends what happens in the next couple of weeks. If Rangers bring a manager in and then they actually win the next league games convincingly and you can see something, then I'll be like, fair enough.
Now here's my point though, right? Michael Beale came in and he closed the gap from when Michael Beale was appointed till the end of the season. He closed the gap on Ange Postecoglou's Celtic. Clement came in 7 points behind, and within about 6 months, he was actually 2 points ahead of Brendan Rodgers' Celtic. Both of those Celtic teams were better than this current Celtic team.
Can't deny that, but
so if Rangers can have a similar effect with a new manager and get the new manager bounce and go on a win and run of games, I think it's way too early in the season to be ruling anybody out.
I agree. We'll see. Here, I pray, I hope that I can believe at some point, but as of right now, I will keep my cards very close to my chest.
You want to make a prediction right now? The top three, what order it'll finish in?
You're not seeing my cards, mate.
Right.
So,
I mean, I think...
folding.
Well, I mean, I'll not sit in the fence. I'm going to go in this order, unfortunately. Celtic, Rangers, Hearts. But I think it could be close. I don't think Hearts will finish 30 points off.
I mean, it's practically impossible for Hearts to finish that far off for me.
Look at Aberdeen.
Aye, but that's Aberdeen.
Right, anyway, let's get into League 2. Guys, let us know down below. Let us know down below your top three. And are we ruling out some other teams too early here, like St Mirren or Motherwell or Hibernian, or let me know. But I think if Hibs were going to be up there, they would have capitalised more at the start of the season. They'd have more points than they currently have. Anyway, right, Clyde 2, East Kilbride 2. Apparently this is a derby. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Hold on, what party it's a derby?
I don't know, but apparently it's a derby. But it can't be geographically.
It's because they play at New Douglas Park, but for me to me that's a load of shite. I'm not buying that.
Well, either way, nobody bought a win, so it was 2-2. Elgin City 2, Forfar Athletic 1, Stirling Albion 2, Dumbarton 2. We had Stranraer losing against Annan Athletic, so thankfully there will be no Clay Morrow clip in here, which I'm very grateful for. Because I'm editing this and I don't really want to have to find that The boys in Stranraer.
No, Clay Morrow.
You looked a bit lost there. Like,
I know. I know. Yeah, I tell you what, man. I'm on the ropes here. Russell Martin. I've been partying. I can't believe he's away.
And in the final game, Edinburgh City picked up a big win against the Spartans, so that was good for them. Jack Duncan getting the only goal in the 60th minute. And what that means for them is that they now officially have made up that 15-point deduction that they had at the start of the season. And that's simple maths now. You add 15 points on to Edinburgh City, and they would be right up there competing for the league title.
It's a big 0.
And how much better would a win away from home against the Spartans feel if they actually didn't have that 15-point deduction? Because that would have took them within 3 points, the Spartans.
No, I agree, but at the same time, here, it's a weird one because you see the mindset. If they're sitting on 0 points at the start of the season instead of minus 15, who knows how it plays?
Yeah, Dumbarton got a 5-point deduction as well. They'd be on 15 too.
Yeah.
Now, I know results could change, but look at this league table and not your phone.
Here, I was looking into some League 2 information there.
The point is, Edinburgh and Dumbarton could both be on 15, would both be on 15 with those points deductions. And that just makes us a much tighter, closer league.
It does, but here, that's in an ideal world. This is the shite world we live in.
Well, listen, we said at the start, Edinburgh City will simply be hoping just to try and consolidate their place, and I think they'll do that. I think they'll do that comfortably. I thought Edinburgh City would have been up there for League 2 winners, but obviously not with the 15-point deduction. Can they still make the playoffs, though? I'd say so. I'd give them an outside shot.
No, I would agree with that. But again, it's quite early, though, in the season.
I think my top 4 that we did in our predictions, I think I went with Spartans, Kilbride, Dumbarton, and Edinburgh City. Maybe not necessarily in that order, but I think that was the 4 I went with. One of us actually thought Forfar was in League 1, so I don't think I factored them in.
Our predictions were an absolute disaster, man.
Anyway.
We were predicting teams that weren't even in the league.
Not quite as much of a disaster as Rangers this season so far, but yeah, bad enough. Right, let's move in to League 1. Shitload of yellow cards, but only one goal, and it came in the 93rd minute. Michael Hewitt getting the winner for Queen of the South. East 5-2, Cove Rangers 0. Former Hearts man in there, Aaron Darge, picking up a yellow card for Cove. Hamilton 3, Inverness Caledonian Thistle win. Inverness Caledonian Thistle. What?
I bet Inverness.
I said Hamilton, I got that right. So, Ollie Shaw there, the former Hibernian striker, scoring in the 92nd minute to seal the deal. Kelty Hearts 1, Peterhead 2, and Stenhousemuir 3, Montrose 1. Alright, so there you go, that's the score.
We want 1, we want 2.
If we look at League 1 then, Hamilton now overtake Inverness, so do Stenhousemuir. Interesting, pretty tight, albeit yes, Inverness would be clear, didn't have the points deduction, but I still expect Inverness to win this with Hamilton finishing second.
Big weekend for Hamilton, and they stepped up to task. Unlike a certain Lewis.
Right, well. A wee F1 reference there for anyone who cares.
His brakes went, but Hamilton definitely flying first gear.
Right,
what about the Cove Rangers? What gear are they in?
Fucking reverse.
Aye, they're
stalled it.
Aye.
Engines blew. Right, enough F1 references. Let's move on to the Championship. Somewhere where, I don't know, maybe I think Dundee could be heading.
It could be Great Morn. Avoid it. Another draw with a win.
That's a weird way to describe it. You're done. You're finished.
What do you mean?
Who even?
They have 7 draws out of 8.
Who words it that way?
They avoid another draw with a win.
That's
Is it not factual?
That's retardation. That's what it is. Right. Dunfermline 0, Queen's Park 0. I feel like that's drop points for Neil Lennon's Dunfermline. Partick 1, Arbroath 1.
They avoided another win or a loss with a draw.
Aye, dead on. I feel like that's more points dropped. Right, Ross County finally getting a win. Tony Docherty will be relieved to get one over the line here.
I'm flabbergasted. I bet Rafe. Tell you what, I had an absolute shiter here. Everything I predicted get beat. I mean, who thought that?
Yeah, well, I went with Ayr United to win just to try and, I don't know, make the league a bit closer. I think Partick Thistle will be raging though. St Johnstone draw, and so do they, unable to close the gap. But yeah, big point there for Scott Brown. And if we look at the Championship, we can see what that does for the table. I tell you what, I think Ayr United, they are beginning to recover from the bad start to the season, but they're kind of suffering from what the likes of Rangers, Motherwell, Kilmarnock are suffering from. It's like just a shitload of draws. And at this stage, if you can convert some of those draws into wins, it just moves you so much higher up the league table.
No, it does, but draws are a weird one. It depends. Depends on the statue of your club and what you're aiming for, I think, man. Because see, at the end of the day, draws can be... They're weird, draws. No, I agree, though.
It depends on where you're expected to finish and where you're battling. I think that if you're towards the top of the table, then points are normally, received as 2 dropped. Whereas if you're kind of down the bottom, points normally, that's an extra point helping us towards surviving relegation.
Yeah.
The better the team you are, the less likely a draw is to be a good result. But that's normal, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
Title contending teams very rarely look at a point as a good result.
Yeah, it's context.
Whereas relegation threatened teams don't really look, unless they're cut adrift so far.
I think the perfect example is the Premiership, right? You look at Motherwell, drew a lot of games, but a lot of people are praising them. Same with Kelly. On the other hand, you've got Rangers. I mean, Hibs, to a degree, kind of fit in the middle there, but come on, play the game.
No, I'd agree. I mean, like you just said, Kilmarnock and Motherwell both getting praised for good starts this season, and they've had a lot of draws. Rangers and Hibs have also had a lot of draws, but they're not getting praised for their good start this season. Well, look at Russell Martin. I mean, he's definitely not getting praised. And then obviously you've got Davy Gray, where a lot of people are saying he needs sacked and that last season was a fluke and all this stuff. So,
well, it's far too early to be talking like that. But
but the point is, if you're in the top half of the table, draws aren't as good.
No, it's not. But it's not too early to talk about the Premiership because it's time to dive into it. It was split across 2 days, right, as it normally is, but with 3 games on each. And I don't know, I liked it.
Alright, well, let's talk about the games on Sunday then. First of all, we have Aberdeen 4, Dundee 0. Not only is it a win for Aberdeen, but it's their first goals scored in the league campaign. So, Carlson getting a penalty, followed by another 3 goals. Big win for Aberdeen, but a pretty damn poor performance for Dundee. And
if there was a team that were going to beat 4-0, it'd be Dundee.
Yeah, I think this was the perfect fixture for Jimmy Thielen. I don't think he could have picked an easier one at this rate. This could have saved his job, because I do believe that a defeat to Dundee could have had him. I think he could have shared that same BMW with Russell Martin.
Yeah, it was an Audi actually.
It wasn't.
I thought it was a Beamer, but it was an Audi. I think this guarantees Thielen a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And not just the international break, by the way.
Yeah, had it been a 1-0 win where they just narrowly won, then maybe you'd think he'd still be at risk. But I think because it was such a convincing win and they scored 4 goals,
they look good.
I think he can afford to have another couple of couple of defeats in a row.
Say what, they're lucky. Say they don't score a penalty first, what happens?
No, we don't know, but I think they're lucky that this fixture was Dundee.
Right. Speaking of lucky, Celtic won 3-2. Now I want to address one thing, right? Nygreen's celebration normally is cup in the year. Right? I'm not denying that. But Celtic fans were taking it thick because he cupped the year. And some Celtic fans thought he was at the wind-up. And we addressed that in the video and we were getting bashed. But the fact of the matter is this. I think the guy should probably change his celebration because it's going to get misunderstood most of the time. You don't agree with that?
No, I would say so, yeah.
And speaking of Nygreen's goal, absolutely shite from Motherwell because they're 2-1 up. Right, I understand they've got a philosophy and let's pass out through the back. There's one thing you can't do is give Celtic goals when you're playing at Celtic Park, beating them, and that's what Motherwell did. They go 2 each, and I mean, it's hypotheticals, but personally, if they don't give Celtic that goal, I believe Motherwell are at least walking out with a point.
Yeah, I agree because at that point that you've got like 20 minutes to hang on and. I just don't think Celtic looked like they were going to score 2 goals.
Nope. Some good goals in the game though, and I tell you what.
And that goals change games 100%. That equaliser gave Celtic Park a lift.
Tell you what, Peter Lawwell didn't look too happy. Any of the goals.
Yeah, but that goal gave Celtic a lift. if Motherwell don't hand them that, there's no guarantee they get 2 goals and win this match.
Well, that is for damn sure.
Goals change games,
No,
and
they do.
that cannot be denied. Penalty claims, were they both right? Were they both wrong? I thought they were both probably penalties, to be fair.
Yeah, I've seen both.
Yeah, no complaints really.
I mean, people were in the comments saying, "Oh, there was dodgy refereeing." I don't think there was anything too dodgy about anything.
Yeah, no, I thought they were both penalties.
Trust me, folks. If there was something dodgy, I'd
talking about it.
I'd be talking about it.
Speaking of dodgy,
The end.
Aye, Falkirk won, Rangers won.
I've actually got a funny screenshot of our three. You talk a lot of shite there for like 10 seconds.
Right, well, Bojan Miovski scored against the run of play at half time to give Rangers the lead going into the break. Didn't deserve that. But, aye, someone wants to follow me on Instagram, nae baller, right? But
right, this is it. So we uploaded 3 videos after this game, right? And as you can see, well, you can't see, but I'll explain it. First video is team bus protest. Rangers fans confront Martin. The description is, it just gets worse for Rangers. The next video is police escort on horseback. The description is, it literally just got worse. And then the next video, Russell Martin sacked. I mean, that was all within the space of like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was crazy how offence unfolded.
Right, they draw. Team bus gets surrounded. He then leaves on horseback, and then he gets sacked. And I want to address something.
Only
here.
in Scottish football, I think that can happen.
Why is Hugh Keevins and other pundits, not just him, pretending that Rangers fans like brutally assaulted Russell Martin? Like, it's getting described as one of the worst things that we've seen in Scottish football. I'm sorry, nothing happened. It's a nothing burger, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're about, what, a couple of dozen fans block the bus?
Yo, we have seen managers get death threats. We have seen managers literally confronted on the pitch. Managers literally attacked. Managers' houses attacked, etc. I mean, let's not fucking...
Well, there was a few people online saying that if he didn't leave, they were going to hunt him down, like...
Let's take a few steps back here.
But to me, that's an isolated incident. I'm talking about...
Are we talking about faceless accounts online, or people at the actual stadium saying that?
No, well, accounts online. But I'm on about the people that were actually at the stadium. I don't think they really did anything. Yeah, maybe it's unprofessional to block the bus, but it wasn't the crime of the century, like...
No.
But there was reportedly people online saying that if he didn't walk away or whatever, he didn't leave the club, they were going to hunt him down.
We have to differentiate between... See, online, it's faceless accounts. I'm not saying it's not real, because it still very is much real, but, I mean, we get faceless accounts saying that they're going to batter us. No, I mean, we don't take it to fucking heart. You're obviously going to take it more to heart if it happens in real life. One in every 2 live streams I do, premieres, people in the... where are you? I'm going to track you down. I mean, it happens. But as for this team bus incident, yo, I'm not saying if Russell Martin walked to the team bus with his players, it would have been like the most like PG discussion ever. No, it wouldn't have been. There would have been some expletives. There would have been swearing.
It's the fact, though, that he was escorted out by police, horseback. Does that not only happen when the police think there's like a serious threat? When the horses are called in? Yeah, that's not a normal occurrence, though, I would argue.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Or do you think the police were just being like cautious?
I think they were just being caught. We see there's a lot of police presence at these games. Probably doesn't help the fact that most of the people confronting Martin were Union Bears. But again, when he exited in the Audi out the gates, there was Union Bears like pointing at the car, and the police weren't making a great effort to deal with it, which tells me that there wasn't like an imminent threat. I think it's been blown out of proportion, folks. We have seen nasty incidents in football. This is nothing like it. Like, come on.
Yeah, anyway, back to the game. So, Falkirk with a better team first half, went trailing at the break. Then Henry Cartwright gets an equaliser, deflected shot. I thought Butland could have did better, but is what it is. Rangers then just never really looked like scoring.
No, he's a shit stirrer, is Russell Martin. A gaslighter. To actually play down Falkirk's performance and pretend we were good was embarrassing. I'm glad he's away. I don't feel sorry for him. I wish he fails at every club. I hope he fails at every club he goes to, I mean, people pretending that this guy, he's lost his job. Never want to see anybody lose his job. He ain't me or you, right? He ain't all the people listening to this that work the wee 9 to 5 life, right? He's walked away.
Couple of million.
So don't feel sorry for him.
He'll get another job.
Yeah.
Had this been a guy that was working and getting minimum wage and was under threat of losing his house, like, of course you'd be like, oh fuck, I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but that's not the case here. Yeah, people need to wake up and smell the coffee here.
I mean, these footballers, the reason they get paid big money is because they're expected to deliver big results, and the higher earning job that you have, there is higher expectations with that. If you're bagging fries at McDonald's, you can afford to be mediocre, but if you're getting paid big bucks at Rangers, you need to be successful. And at the end of the day, Russell Martin wasn't successful. Yeah, of course. Like I don't like to see anybody lose their job, but that's just the reality of life. If you're in a high-paying job, you're expected to deliver high-paying results, and if you can't do it, you will be replaced by someone who can. And that's not just in football.
Russell Martin's got the equivalent of a lottery win here.
Yeah, but that's a big one. That's across the board. It doesn't matter what job you're in. If you don't deliver what's expected of you in a high paying role, then you will be replaced by someone that they believe can do a better job and deliver better statistics and results and all that, sales, whatnot. So yeah, listen, of course you don't want to see anybody lose their job. And I mean, I almost, I did talk about people that have been bragging about him losing his job, and it's like, well, I'm sure he'll wake up in a better position than all these other people. He's waking up a couple of £1 million richer.
Yeah.
He's waking up with Lucy Pinder in his bed, so I'm sure he's not fucking worried. So I wouldn't feel too sorry for the guy. He's doing alright. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, maybe he wanted to right the wrongs of his Rangers playing career. He's not done it, but he'll be alright. Don't worry. Russell Martin will not be turning up at a food bank next week.
Does anyone think Russell Martin actually feels sad about this? He was laughing his way through all these post-match interviews. He didn't give a fuck.
Well, I don't know why. He's probably thinking, holy fuck, I'm one more defeat away for getting like a couple £1 million. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying the guy chucked it, but we would be lying to say like this guy. See, after the 6-0 Bruges game, the writing's been on the wall.
And it's probably better. I mean, like, Martin likes to talk about mentality, and I'm sure he's one of these mental health guys. I'm sure he's a big advocate of that. It's probably better for the dude that he's no longer at the club, because it can't be great, this hostile atmosphere, and that pretty much, like, all the fans hating you. So I think this is the perfect...
You know what improves mental health? Lads of cash.
Aye, so
and that's what he's got.
I think this is the perfect... I don't think this could have played it better for Martin. He's made a shitload of money. He gets to go back down south to his home, and there you go. As simple as that. And he'll get a job, whether it be in the Championship, League 1 or League 2. If he wants to get back into work, someone will appoint him.
He's the worst manager in Rangers history. Dare I say he's the worst manager in Scottish football history?
He's up there.
Percentage has to be up there.
He's up there for sure. For sure. Right, Saturday, Edinburgh Derby. It looked like it was going to be a 0-0 draw until big Craig Halkett stepped up. Brilliant ball into the box, by the way, from Magnuson, I think it was. Was it Magnuson?
No, Kyrgiota.
Aye, Kyrgiota. So it was. My apologies. Kyrgiota left.
I reviewed the game, mate.
What
about all the people that wanted it on Scotland TV?
Oh God, aye. Right, left foot.
Was that left to Magnuson as well?
Police escort for Big Stevie Cool here. Horseback, preferably. Right,
No. Fucking donkey.
Left footed cross into the great cross for Kyrgiota into that area, just behind the back line and in towards like that 6-yard box area at the back post. Craig Halkett then storming in, lovely finish, hit it first time. I know it's close to goal, but considering the angle and you hit first time, not an easy finish for a centre back, but he made it look easy. No, honestly, see if you want to look at see if you were like squinting your eyes and weren't really looking, you could have thought this was Shankland.
No, you could have. Do you know this?
In terms of the finish,
this game feels like years ago. See the amount that's happened in between this game and right now.
But a massive win. Craig Halkett sends Hearts 11 points clear of Rangers, and should be 4 of Celtic, but obviously Fowler John's a prick, a cheating one at that, so. You can't say that. No, I can't say it. No, honestly, when did they get?
Bragging on about that?
Yeah, when's that ref watch coming out?
Does he deserve to lose his job?
He should be fined a few weeks' wages.
Oh, but that might lose him his house.
All right, then we'll just give next time Celtic are playing, just give the opposition team a
Where is
penalty.
Father John's house, that I can say?
East End in Glasgow.
Anyway, moving on.
Probably lives in Ireland.
He might.
Anyway, right. Dundee United won. Livingston won. Pretty poor result for Dundee United. Good draw for Livy, I think, but I was expecting more for Dundee United. I thought they would have bounced back after last week. People talk about how Dundee United, good start, Kilmarnock, good start, Motherwell, good start. These teams are like one match week away from literally dropping like 5 places in the league.
That's the league, man.
No, but it's very tight. I mean, it's very tight. I mean, you look at Dundee United down to Rangers, five positions separated by 1 point. It's never really this tight at this stage of the season, and I think it's mainly down to how many draws we've seen.
It's the draws every day of the week.
But I think outside of, and I'm not saying Kelly haven't had a good start, because obviously they have, right? But I would say from Kelly to Livingston, can you really say any of these teams have had a bad start, or any of them have had a good start?
Probably not, no.
I mean, we're talking, these teams are like 2 wins in a row from, breaking away, or 2 defeats in a row if they possibly, looking over their shoulder and being in the relegation playoffs. So it's very tight. It's very tight.
Like most of them's like only got 1 defeat. But if you said to them here, you're going to be 7 games in, you only got 1 defeat, they're probably thinking they're well up the table.
Yeah, I mean, people look negatively on defeats, but let's say you play 5 games. Let's say you play 6 games, 1 win, 1 loss, and 4 draws. I mean, that might seem like you've only lost 1 game, but see, in reality, you'd rather win 3 and lose 3. You're picking up more points that way.
No, absolutely.
I tell you what,
It worked for Ange, didn't it?
I reckon you could make a case that had Rangers shared their draws out in between wins and losses, maybe Russell Martin would still be in a job.
Well, thankfully that didn't happen.
I think draws kill you at the end of the day if you're a big team. Kilmarnock 2, St Mirren 0. I wasn't expecting this for it. It was a bit of a shocker. Well, not a shocker, but I just didn't really expect St Mirren to lose this.
I thought it'd be a draw.
They were pretty poor. David Watson, he was great a couple of seasons ago, not so much last season, but he got the goal for Kilmarnock. Then Marcus Dacker scored to give them a 2-0 win. St Mirren were pretty toothless, and I'm sure that Stephen Robinson has probably went through St Mirren. Thoughts on Stephen Robinson? Some people saying he could be the man to replace Russell Martin. Is the Rangers' job too big for him?
Well, he's not even in the top 25 to 1.
Yeah, he's not. Although I think he should be.
I think those odds are ridiculous.
Does he deserve a chance? Would you be for him or against him? Or
I wouldn't be against him, but I'm not for him. I think I would rather Gerrard.
I think that goes without saying. I think you'd rather Gerrard, but
yeah, but
would he be in your top 5?
No, but I wouldn't view it as the end of the world if we brought him in.
See Knutson, right? His contract with Bodo Glimt finishes at the end of this year. Do you not think if he's ever going to come to Scotland, it's now? Because do you not think his next move will take him away from a move to either Celtic or Rangers?
Knutson's not going to happen. Guys in the Champions League, Bodo Glimt. We can't wait until the end of the year. We need him.
No, but I'm saying, do you think
rumours are waiting until the end of November from us? That seems a wee bit more.
Could Barry Ferguson come back in, or would he not take that offer again?
Well, the rumours are he is going to be interim, but again, I think Barry. I don't think he wants to be a wee diddy, man.
I think he wants a permanent position.
And I don't blame him. No, I'll give you a good bit of good news for Rangers. Whoever we appoint can't be worse than Martin.
Definitely not. Right, let's look at the league table then. Even though we kind of just looked at it already there, but Hearts then sitting top, and we have only 2 unbeaten teams remaining now in the league. So we did have 3 going into this weekend, but unfortunately Motherwell fell to Celtic, so that absolutely sucked. Didn't it?
Oh, it did.
Anyway, Hearts sitting on 19 points. Celtic in second place on 17 points. They closed the goals scored on Hearts a wee bit, but Hearts still with a superior goal difference. Kilmarnock sitting in third spot with 10 points. That's good for Stuart Kettlewell. I know a lot of Kilmarnock fans weren't exactly excited about the appointment, but to only have 1 defeat, although you can say the same thing about Motherwell, Hibernian and Rangers. The only difference is Kilmarnock's managed to get one of their draws and turn it into a win. It is very strange, though, I think, at this 7 games in, to have half the league with either only one loss or no unbeaten. That's...
No, it is strange.
Because it's just a... But then again, you've got 7 teams in the league that have only picked up 1 win.
No. What do you make of Rangers,
It's
right?
It's insane.
Rangers haven't been away to Hearts, Celtic, Killie, Dundee United, Hibs or Aberdeen.
Well, I'd say it's probably the best time to get rid of Russell Martin, because if he went into those fixtures, how many points would he pick up?
Could be looking at 0. I mean, there was so much put on Rangers start to the season. People were... See these 7 games, man. People, myself included, were probably looking to walk away with Hearts. I've got but 19 points.
Yeah, something like that.
And we've walked away with, what, 8? I mean, that... we've said, oh, it's a disaster, it couldn't get any worse. I mean, obviously, right? Obviously, we could be sitting here with no wins out of 7. That is obviously the worst you can get. But when you actually look at the 49ers, the money spent, the squad Rangers have got, how the start of the season should be on paper, how could it be worse than what it's been?
Couldn't be.
You've literally played... Every team we've played have been the worst team, and we've still somehow got out of the games with points.
What I think's mental is, the reaction to Aberdeen's huge 4-0 win. But you look at league table and they're still cut adrift at the moment at the bottom.
Aye, few wins away for anything. Or the good old Aberdeen.
Alright, so anyway guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Late review show, but we'll be back soon because it's international duty. It's time for Steve Clark to step up, see what he can do for Scotland. Are you excited? Do you think we can get the job done? Double header. We need 6 points in my opinion.
We do. Am I excited? You know what? If Martin was still in the job, it would be a wee bit of respite, but I just want the football to return now. I want to see who's in the hot seat.
I say we need 6 points, right? I don't think 4 is a disaster, but I'm glad that Steve Clark's came out and says that he's aiming for 6, because I think in the past, him coming out and saying, 4 would be good.
We have to get 6.
Yeah.
We have to get 6 ahead of 2 away games.
See, I hate this looking ahead. 4's good. 4's not good. But I think 4 is the minimum you can pick up. There's a difference.
6 is massive.
Yeah. 6 is what we should be aiming for. If we get 4, I'll be disappointed. But at least 4 keeps you in it going into the last 2 games.
No, absolutely. So
anything less than that and you're in trouble.
We'll take it, guys.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.